Where would be your creative space?
I was gonna say mine's probably the bathroom because I'm I think about it, because if I'm in the shower and I'm just alone and some
Singing.
ideas come to me and then I have to try to remember it and write it down.
That's the number one answer according to Family Feud.
What's up, Herostock Nation?
Started out, you were sweet, sugared me like a peach. Messed around, fell in deep. I said yes when you called me your baby, but it wasn't long until you changed. Chasing night, chasing strange, casting doubt, throwing shade. I now realize you were playing me out. I'm calling foul. So I swing it left, I swing it right, like a thunderclap in the night. They're gonna see what you gave away. It's back on the market and I'm here to slay. 'Cause it's time to let you know this game is over. I'm taking the show on the road. 'Cause there's one thing that you won't ignore anymore. Boy, it's my ass out that door. You forgot, it's my town. You're the one who's the clown. Should've known I'd find out. I got eyes all around, all secrets get loud here. Now it's me calling shots, getting back what you took and lost. Got a shovel and some dirt to toss as I bury the memory of your faded vow. Watch me burn it down. So I swing it left, I swing it right, like a thunderclap in the night. They're gonna see what you gave away. It's back on the market and I'm here to slay. 'Cause it's time to let you know this game is over. I'm taking the show on the road. 'Cause there's one thing that you won't ignore anymore. Boy, it's my ass out that door. So watch out, boys. Here I come. No longer locked down, and I'm looking for fun. And to anyone, no matter what you've been through, drop them chains. Come on, break out too. Boy, you false advertise. We'll keep telling your lies. 'Cause you're fake ass and free. I'm much stronger me. Yeah, yeah. So I swing it left, I swing it right, like a thunderclap in the night. They're gonna see what you gave away. It's back on the market and I'm here to slay. 'Cause it's time to let you know this game is over. I'm taking the show on the road. 'Cause there's one thing that you won't ignore anymore. Boy, it's my ass out that door. Ooh, yeah. You can kiss my ass out that door.
The song is Out That Door. Tom Lamog here with Matthew Jones. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Hey, just here to welcome everyone back to the Herostock Nation Podcast. And that was Kimberly Meyer, singer, songwriter, Army veteran, United Republic recording artist. She's making a return to the Herostock stage after last year's appearance in the Writers Round at Ashland 2024. Kimberly was also a guest on the Herostock Nation podcast back in May with Jason and Anthony. She and her band are one of our featured performers for the upcoming Country Night on Saturday, August 23rd. So we thought we'd invite her back. But before we bring her to the forefront here with Howard, who is also in her band and the band's fiddle player, what do you remember about, the songwriters? Were you able to attend the writers round that Kimberly was in?
So I did see last year them doing this writers round and everyone up on stage, and I thought it was one of the coolest things, just to be up there with other artists, mixing it up, having fun, doing what they really love to do, and that's play the music. When I first met Kim, it was at Kincaidor Brewing for a smoke-off competition that Herostock was doing. I was so nervous, and they're just there, and they're looking at you like, you got this, man. I even had to ask to borrow her microphone stand, and I don't know where she got it, but I got to get one, man. That thing's awesome.
The camaraderie between the musicians is amazing because I had a chance to catch some of the writers round before I was whisked off to go see some of the folks over at the vendor booths. But the camaraderie was there. I mean, they all played together and on some of the songs, also doing their own songs individually, which is a real fun thing to watch if you've never seen it. But rather to continue on, let's go ahead. First of all, let me bring Kimberly on and Howard Hedger, who is the violin and fiddle player. Both of them will be in Ashland on the 23rd of August. Kimberly, Howard, welcome to the Herostock Nation podcast. It's great having you. First, this is going to be back-to-back years, Kimberly, for you. And it's going to be a different feeling compared to last year, I would imagine.
Yeah, last year, well, you were talking about the writers round, and of course, that's something in itself, being up there playing your songs acoustically. But I also played as an acoustic duo for a set as well. And then this year, it'll be a lot more fun with the full band. So I'm excited. And Howard's going to be joining us. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So let's see here, fiddle. And I'm going to tell you that my band, the Far West Sessions here in California, where I'm at, we had a fiddle player with us. And the jump between just an acoustic band to an acoustic band with a fiddle player added so much. And it brought us to areas of music where we were unable to explore until my fiddle player came in. Is that the case with you, Howard? Are you finding that as someone who adds the fiddle?
I always think of it like this. It's the band is perfect and rock solid without a violinist, right? They just are. That's the cake. That's the good stuff right there. But the violin just adds that bit of frosting on top. It's that little bit of extra cohesion. It just kind of blends everything together. So I'm just super proud to be part of it. I'm glad Kimberly asked me.
I think that bands that have a fiddle player, lucky, because they're not everywhere. It's when you find someone who's really talented enough to add, the cherry on top, if you will. It's the greatest. It is just the greatest.
Is that being a little too quirky if I say if you're going to play in Ashland, you got to have a fiddle in the band? Yeah.
That's the Nebraska version.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll set that standard for this year.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go back to some of the recordings that we've seen you make, Kimberly. On your web and your social media sites, I saw the songs The Playground,
Mhm.
Dark Side of the Room, the song we just heard, Out That Door, Call Me Crazy, Black Perfume, and a new release, Music City Miseries. Tell us about the songwriting experience, from your perspective. Is this hard for you to do, or is this something that you love doing and you can't get enough of it? Tell us about you and storytelling and songwriting.
Okay. Well, first of all, good job doing your research, and you named them all correctly. So, props to you. I would say the only hard part is finding the time to do it. And you named them in order too. The Playground was my first release, and I wrote that back in 2020 when the world shut down. So I had the time to do it, and it kind of speaks to that, the song itself. Because we're going through the ups and downs of life, right? And the world is our playground. And so whether you choose to get up and keep going or not, that's your choice. And hopefully you have somebody alongside you that makes that easier. But I've kind of been navigating that whole writing and recording process, and Dark Side of the Room came shortly after that. And then I got hooked up with Luke Mills and C.R. Pendleton. They collectively called them Fly Bros, and they're part of the Phi Jack coalition, and also signed to United Republic in that time. This was last year, I believe, and since then we've dropped the most recent tracks, and they hit a little bit different.
I would
So.
imagine that the process itself is different. Some songwriters they come up with the lyrics, others with the melodies, or maybe it's a progression, or maybe even the rhythms.
And
They're
they've
all
all been different. They've all been different. It's really a rare opportunity when I get both the lyrics and the melody and compose everything at the same time. Those are the unicorn songs, I think. Typically, I'm a writer where I'll write the lyrics first, and then I'll go to the producers and say, "Hey, help me put this to something musical." But even with my co-writers, every song has been different. Sometimes we'll pass things back and forth, and sometimes we'll sit in a room and um, like the last song that we did, Music City Miseries, we wrote that and put music to it and tracked it in just a matter of a couple of hours.
It's amazing how that
Yeah.
Wow.
it's like right out of the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a unicorn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I've been holding on to that song title for probably about 3 years. So
Now, in terms of pitching your ideas after you've got the songs written and it's time to share it with the musicians who are going to support you either live or in the recording studio, how does that process work?
well, I'm a nervous wreck every time because
Yes, someone else who gets nervous. I don't feel
well,
alone.
I was like, well, this is probably trash, but here, see what you can do with it.
Has that ever happened? Do you go in to the band saying, I what do you think? Do you like it?" And then of course they turn it into something magical. I mean, has that happened to you though?
They do. And I'm just an overthinker, and if things that I create is very personal, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets that. But at the same time, I have to put a lot of trust in others to kind of bring that vision to life, and they haven't let me down yet.
Fantastic. Howard, have you had an opportunity to play on any of Kimberly's recordings, or are you planning?
No, I haven't yet, but I'm sure that'll come up in the future, right? She'll have me noodle on something.
Well, there's a reason why Kimberly had selected you to come and join the band. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I'm originally from England. So I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne in England. So if you imagine the whole of England and then Scotland sitting right on top, and Newcastle upon Tyne is just south of that Scottish border. So it's south of there by about 100 miles, I think, or so. So I started playing music when I was 7 years old, playing violin. My mother was a pianist, and I was very competitive with my brother who played violin. So I picked that up and played classically for many, many years and went to school for it and got into session recording. So I worked for MGM and Time Warner doing session work for those guys for video games back in England. And then met a girl from Madison, South Dakota, and emigrated over here. So
Hey,
that's,
interesting.
yeah. And then I had to learn how to play country music, right? Because like, what am I going to do as a classical violinist in small town Madison, South Dakota? There's not a lot of work for that
You're gonna
to be
give
had.
country
So
music a classy sound, is what you're gonna do.
allegedly, the intonation's there sometimes. So,
Now, are
but
there
yeah, I
similarities? Are
learned.
you finding some similarities between the music that you are familiar with and country music?
Yeah, I grew up listening to 90s Britpop, right? So you're talking Oasis and Blur and Shed 7 and all these UK indie bands, a lot of which you probably never even heard of, right? So that was my jam growing up. And coming in and stepping into this world of country music, it's been a learning experience, because there's a certain style that goes with it, and there's the timing, the bowing is everything. The way that you use your bowing arm. Once you get that nailed, then it's learning all the licks and getting the feel right and everything else. So I try to bring a little bit of that classical feel in with some of the country and mix it together whenever I get the opportunity to.
Are you getting used to the term fiddle? Because
it's all in how you play it, right? I don't get upset. People can call it whatever they want. I'll still play it the same way.
I know my fiddle player had done that to me. It's kind of like, he'll only tell you the difference. He educated me on the difference between both. I thought, thank you. Just make it sound beautiful for me, and I'll just worry about the guitar and the singing parts. And yeah, violin, fiddle. So great that you're a part of what we're going to be seeing over at Herostock. Are you both ready? Do you have your set list prepared for Ashland?
I'm working on that. That's my
Oh
priority.
man, it's always the hardest, isn't it? Like,
Well,
how do you structure your set list? Like happy and sad, kind of an even mix?
Well, actually, I went through some training with somebody called Tom Jackson and then Lang Bliss, and they're from Nashville. And they have kind of an entertainment concepts uh, program. And they go through the whole set list process and the rises and falls and the expectations that audiences have that you don't even realize.
Hmm.
They kind of relate it to visiting a restaurant, So when you go, you expect to be greeted, take your seats. The waitress asks you what you want to drink. Then she leaves and then comes back, what do you want to eat? And then you have dessert. And so if any one of those pieces falls out of order, you're gonna know something's wrong and you're gonna be uncomfortable. And they treat the set list the same kind of way. And so it's kind of a numbers system based on intensity and energy of songs. So I do keep that in mind when I'm creating the set list. And the hardest part is just going to be narrowing down what our favorites are, I think, because we've played several full band shows this summer and got a good feel for playing with each other. And
Or is it an hour-long set list? Is that what you get?
last I heard,
Oh, I'm sure it'll be.
Maybe an encore. Maybe.
we'll be ready.
We'll be good.
Is there a favorite song that you love to perform? And this could be either your originals or a cover. Is there something that we should be watching and listening for?
Yes. That's always a hard question because it changes all the time. But I first thought of a patriotic song that I'm going to do, but I'm going to kind of keep that one to myself. But uh, lately, my favorite to play live has been Call Me Crazy, just because the band really grooves on that one. And my bass player, he's not on here right now, but he's a hoot to watch.
Scott's fantastic. He's a great showman. Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it first. Howard, how about you? Is there a song that you enjoy playing most?
I love doing the originals just because
Uh-huh.
it's so nice to connect with that original music, But one of my favorite ones to play violin on, because a lot of the stuff that we do doesn't have a violin on it, right? So I'll occasionally pick up a guitar, but not very often. Normally I'm putting a violin part down in a song, And my favorite one to put a violin line on is The Middle. We do a cover of The Middle, and that one's just an absolute blast to play.
Well, okay, so I got one more question, Matt, but before I ask my final question, I'm going to throw it over to you because he's the singer-songwriter, and he usually comes up with a question or two about that. So what you got?
Okay. So I'm thinking of our listeners, thinking of those out there who are like us, who are aspiring to play music and write their own songs. What would both of you say as a just a way to motivate someone who's maybe kind of baby stepping into doing that? And then what kind of pro tips would you give them? I mean, I know there's got to be a fiddle pro tip,
Mhm.
but Kim, you got some vocals on you, so singing's got to be at least a tip somewhere.
I'm kind of the person like, don't let yourself hold you back because it's held me back for so long. And we were talking a little bit earlier about just overthinking things and, don't feel like you have to be perfect in your songwriting right away. And I feel like that has held me back so much where just put something on paper, get it out. You have something to say, and you can always organize it later and then give it to somebody else and say, hey, what do you think of this? And just don't let yourself hold yourself back. That's my tip.
No, I would love what Kim said. That it's one of those things where you get better with time. It's like any craft, and just like you wouldn't pick up woodworking right away and be good at it straight out the gate, you're not going to be good at writing songs straight out the gate either. It takes time, takes craft to get there. For violin, so one of my best tips that I have is actually kind of a two-part tip. But for violin, it's practice in front of a mirror. That's your best friend, is a mirror. It helps you keep your symmetry, helps you keep your poise right when you're playing as well, and helps keep everything connected. But the number one tip for any kind of practice on any instrument at all is put it someplace that you want to be. So put your instrument down someplace that you want to be. On the couch, near where you like to sit, you're going to pick it up and you're going to play it and you're going to practice. And that really is fundamental, is that you need to pick it up and play it. Just, make sure it's not like in the bathroom or something like that. That's a bad place to put it.
Yeah, yeah.
Or in
So where would be your creative space?
Mine?
Yeah.
My creative space is the kitchen, because the acoustics in there are great, because it's just a lot of hard surface. So playing the violin always sounds really good in there. And then, the cat leaves and the family leaves and they go other places. Well, well, that's my place to be.
Grab a snack too while you're at it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
What about
Take
you,
a bite
Kim?
of it.
Where's yours?
I was gonna say mine's probably the bathroom because I'm I think about it, because if I'm in the shower and I'm just alone and some
Singing.
ideas come to me and then I have to try to remember it and write it down.
That's the number one answer according to Family Feud. I mean, it's like, that's the place.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right, so don't put the violin in the bathroom. That's a bad place for the violin.
Yeah.
And if you sing in the shower, belt out them notes.
Hey, where can we find your merchandise? All of the things that you're showing and sharing in the way of songs and videos. Is there a specific place we can find that?
Well, I will have some with me. I have actually some CDs that were produced that don't include any of my released music. Those songs were recorded in a private little studio in Norfolk, Nebraska. And so I'll have those with me, as well as I just have some little pics and pictures and, take pictures with me and I'll, sign autographs or whatever. But as far as my music, you can find all of those songs that you mentioned anywhere on any streaming platform or my website, Kimberly Meyer Music. And that's the handle across the board.
Very good. All right. And Howard, I'm going to ask you one last question.
Sure.
Is the band, do they have some upcoming gigs, new recordings or anything like that you'd like to give us some additional insight on?
She's like, don't say a word.
No pressure. No pressure.
I'm always the last to know, man. What are you talking about?
Right
They bring in the immigrant at the last second.
Oh man.
Sorry, I didn't know
No.
that. I apologize. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine.
No worries at all. We'll just kind of point everyone into the music sites, social media, and the websites that we are aware of to find that information. By the way, really, truly, the final question. We've got an acoustic jam on Saturday before Country Night. Want to make sure that you knew about it because we're inviting all of the musicians, as well as anyone who wants to bring their guitar or, sit with the group of guests with us. So hopefully you're able to make it. Have you thought about it?
I have thought about it. I've got your email flagged in my inbox and I will be there.
I'm honored.
Awesome.
It's not in the spam folder. Listen,
Now I don't have to sing.
oh,
Oh,
now you're like co-hosting this with me, so
Oh man,
your turn is
I
gonna
gotta be there.
Hey everyone, we've been talking to Kimberly Meyer along with Howard Hedger, who will be performing at Herostock Ashland Country Night on Saturday, August 23rd. Go to herostock.org, get your tickets there. And when we come back, Matt and I will be talking with the guys who are also making a return visit to Herostock stage, and that would be Die Tired. You're watching the Herostock Nation podcast. We'll be right back.
What's up, Herostock Nation? Hey, did you know that we have camping this year? You can come out to Herostock August 22nd, 23rd for our main event. We have camping right on the spot. $100 primitive camping. Come out, hang out, bring your camper, bring your tent, whatever you want. You can stay right on site. That way you don't have to leave. Plus, we will have a jam session Saturday that even if you don't have an instrument, you want to come hang out, you are more than welcome to come in and hang out with us while all our musicians are jamming and local area musicians come in as well. All right, let's go.
Complicates and shakes you, consumes all that makes you deep inside your bones. In a moment, choose the things you want and remember who you are and who you want to be. An anonymous dream came calling deep inside your soul. Let it came with love and splendor, everything you owned. It's right there for us. Just take a chance. How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid to take it as it comes? How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid? Just desperately in love. Little moments we become absorbent, open to all currents of electricity. An anonymous dream came calling deep inside your soul. Let it came with love and splendor, everything you owned. It's right here for us. Just take a chance. How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid to take it as it comes? How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid? Just desperately in love. Take my hand into the further. Let's go and fall forever. You take my hand into the further. Let's go and fall forever. How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid to take it as it comes? How does it feel to fall forever? Don't you know I'm not afraid? Just desperately in love.
The song is Fall Forever. Welcome back to the Herostock Nation podcast. Our next guest is no stranger to the Herostock Nation. Our veteran first responders, Gold Star families, and guests that were in attendance welcomed the band from Reading, Pennsylvania, Die Tired, who went on to put the rock in Herostock Ashland's Rock Night, along with a few other bands. Well, they're back this year to put forth another energized, highly energized set from what I remember seeing to this year's Rock Night on Friday, August 22nd. Matthew, do you remember catching Die Tired last year?
I did not catch them last year, but I've been doing my homework ever since, right? I was blown away at Hero Stock. I think one of the most memorable moments for me was seeing someone parachute in with the American flag.
Mhm.
Super cool. I can't wait. Every time we have a band on, we get to kind of talk to them about the music. But I know there's other artists out there. There's other independent artists like myself, and I want to ask some questions
Sure.
for
Yeah.
them, like
Oh,
really kind of pick their brain a little bit on song structures, who's the strongest lyricist. I'm excited.
yeah. For selfish reasons, I am as well too. But hey, we're here to do a podcast for our guests, our veterans, our first responders, our Gold Star families, and those who support the Hero Stock mission. Let's go ahead and bring on the guys from Die Tired here. Hey, great to see you all. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
You bet. The whole gang is there. This is the first time we're doing a band interview. So hey, listen, gents, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us who you are, and then we'll get right into it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'll go down the line here. I'm Jim. I play the bass.
And I wrote with you. We've been exchanging messages, Jim. Thanks.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
yeah, thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon, drums.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Matt. Matt, play guitar and sing.
Awesome.
I'm Matt, also play rhythm guitar.
It's the Matt Show.
Matt,
Gentlemen,
Right.
oh,
Too
goodness.
many Matt.
You guys have done a number of videos. I mean, you, at least from what I've seen on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that comes about? I mean, whose idea is it, and who do you have to approach to get something like that done?
Yeah, sure. Every song's kind of a little bit different, so we really believe in when the single comes out, especially in today's kind of world, the way people consume media, you have to have multiple modalities for people to consume that. So you're gonna just listen to it your traditional way, kind of on headphones or whatever it may be, or in your car. But then you're also gonna be on your phone and you're gonna kind of consume that visual piece of it. So, kind of depending on the timing and what we have going on, we've done a variety of different things. We've done several videos where the band is performing, and you'll see Better Off Alive was one of those. Also, Need to Feed was two of our videos where, we really focused on the band performance and you'd see us. But then something like you were talking about with Fall Forever, we are really just focusing on really cool visual imagery that could keep someone hooked. So as they're kind of watching that, the lyrics are scrolling on, the music is hitting you, there's cool visuals going on that are keeping you kind of locked in as well. So it kind of depends on the song, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to get across. But we've tried multiple different ways to give people who are consuming our music kind of different views into Die Tired,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that's us as the band, sometimes that's us with like we love like abstract kind of visual things that kind of make you think a little bit and kind of dive into lyrics a little bit. So we tend to, anytime we have a single release, have some type of visual medium that goes along with that, whether it be the artwork, the single art,
Mm-hmm.
the visuals, a music video, a live performance, whatever it is, the more you can kind of package, the more you can kind of run with that and get legs out of that song and give people different ways to connect with that music.
And you really are using social media to its fullest, maybe a digital
This guy.
creation.
Yeah.
It's quite evident, and it seems like it's much more appealing to those who want to see something visual rather than, yeah, I enjoy the music, but boy, I mean, I think we've been watching music videos forever, and this seems to be a part of the formula for success. Would you think? I mean, is it something you think that might be the case these days?
Well, the cool thing too about social media, the way that social media is structured, is you can take a full-length music video and you can slice that up into short 15 to 30-second reels, and it gives you content to push out on your socials for an extended period of time. So one full-length music video can take you miles and miles and reach so many more people in that way. So we try and take advantage of that as best we can.
Let's talk about how the band first got together.
Yeah, so the band initially started Matt and I, this Matt, that one.
Barn singer,
We had a mutual friend that I was in bands with him all through high school. And he was a drummer, and he had a friend of his that knew Matt and knew that they wanted to play music together. So I think it was 2016, the three of us were playing. He was our original drummer. He's watching us from heaven now, so peace up to Evan. So we were actually a different band. We called ourselves Fathers at the time. And then we went through a couple of growing pains and different things, and we had a different drummer before Brandon came along. Mike was our original drummer, great dude, great drummer, went different ways. Now we've got Brandon. We're like Pearl Jam, where you got like 6 different drummers. But we're good now. We got Brandon. So Matt and I have been playing for a long time together. Brandon's been with the band, I think, 4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
And then the other Matt over there, he's been with the band like 4 weeks.
Wow.
But he's a great guitar player, great singer, great songwriter. We're really happy to have him on the team.
Awesome.
And your question about the military, I was in the Marine Corps 2010, 2015, served as an infantry rifleman, and that's where we kind of got our connection with Herostock, and the rest is history.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks for the introduction. And I know that, the connection with Herostock, first of all, maybe you can kind of reflect on what you remember the experience being like when you were on stage, and maybe even about the event itself.
I would love to chime in. I can't say enough about the feeling of connection and camaraderie and everybody being there to help each other. From the first podcast that we were on, I believe with the We the People,
The People's Patriot Project.
Thank you,
Yeah.
People's Patriots Project, and we connected with Jason Steiner there with Herostock, and we had our typical 45-minute kind of session, and then I feel like we were on the call afterwards for another 2 hours, and we were just talking and connecting and all that stuff, and we were able to come out and play at Herostock, and it was incredible, just the feeling of family and everybody being there to support, and people were coming to pick us up, you know what I mean? Like they came and picked us up from downtown Omaha, and Jason drove us out there to Herostock and took care of us. The stage, world-class stage and sound, you know what I mean? Like we just went there. We really feel like we were treated so well, and we made friends there. We've kept in contact with people we've met there. I can't wait to see them when we go back there this time. You know what I mean? And just keep reliving that experience.
So it was so surreal. I mean, we're from Reading, PA, about an hour or so outside of Philly, and we land in the middle of the country. Never been to the Omaha area before, and we're on this world-class stage, seeing people know our music, sing our lyrics,
shirts in the crowd,
die tired merch,
Yeah.
So it was such a surreal moment. I mean, we absolutely are grateful to be able to call Herostock family.
Yeah, we joke that Omaha is like our second home, and we should all just move there. It's hard to explain, like you said. You just have to go, because people that maybe we've talked to on a computer like we are now, or maybe shared some emails with, or maybe never met ever in any way of social media or emails or anything, and you met them for the first time that day, they just kind of feel like you're lost long friends, like there's just this connection there that you don't have to be a veteran. You can be, you don't have to, and everybody just sort of I don't really know how to explain it. There's just this friendship, there's just this connection that everybody's just got this relaxed state of like, we're all in this together. It's like this, it's like the the whole human experience comes together at a farm in Omaha, and everybody just loves it.
We're gonna have to talk to Jason about the phrase hero stock. I don't know how to explain it. That could be the
Yeah.
new shirt. Speaking of shirts, how are your guys? The shirts that you guys have put out. It's been making its round on the social media
Yeah.
site. How's it? Or have you? Do you still have any left?
Yeah, that's great. We do. So for those that are listening that might not know, we're doing a collaboration with Herostock. It's a die tired. It has got the die tired logo on the front and the Herostock logo on the front, and then it's got the Herostock dates on the back with all the artists that are playing down the back of the shirt. And 100% of the profits are going to be donated when we go and play. We're going to be able to give them, any of the profits that we get from the shirts that give back to the Herostock Nation. You can get those shirts. They're still for sale. You can order them online at our website. They get shipped directly to your house. And we're going to run that promo as long as we can.
Yeah, through the whole weekend at Herostock.
At least through that weekend there. And we're really happy with them. You can get it, like I said, we have an online store at dietiredband.com. So if anybody's listening, even if you can't make the show, but you want to try to give back a little bit, you can order one and we can get those profits to the crew. And that could go to anything, whatever their mission is, whatever they want to do, put that towards that. That'll be up to the team at Herostock. But that was just kind of our way of just saying, any way we can give back for everything you're doing, we're more than happy to try to help.
That's fantastic, gentlemen. Well, we're gonna have to take that information and somehow put that on our site. I think we'll have to unless, of course, Jason's already done that. But yeah, we got to definitely get the word out, and we're going to be seeing you in about 10 days, I think.
Yeah, it's right
You're
around the corner.
Yeah.
9 days, but who's
Yeah,
counting?
see, the Mats know what's going on.
Yeah, right.
The Matt Show. That's right.
Yeah.
So let me see here. We've got to ask you because we're songwriters. So let's just take a moment to be selfish, Matt, shall we?
Yeah.
Go
I want to
ahead.
be a little selfish. I want to pick
Go
your
ahead.
brain.
Since we have you, since we got Die Tired here. Why
And
don't
to see, as much as it is for me, because I want to grow and I want to learn, I also want people out there who are like me, aspiring to do songwriting and pick up a guitar and learn how to play. I want them to have those words of encouragement. I want them to see what Herostock is. I want them to see the people and how we champion, everybody's ambitions and we support people. But I also want to pick your brain. When it comes to writing your music, which one of you is, I guess, stronger lyrically, and how many revisions do your lyrics go through before you guys know as a band like it's done? Like these are the lyrics we're going to use.
Take it away, Matt.
Yeah. So as the primary lyricist, even though it is open and people make tons of suggestions as we go along, I can kind of take you through the process that we do. A lot of times a song is going to start on an acoustic guitar, 9 times out of 10. Sometimes it comes out of a live band jam, there's plenty of that. But a lot of the nuts and bolts might just come through. I'm playing on an acoustic guitar and I'll bring those ideas to the band and the music starts going. And then I'll kind of mumble lyric my way through the melody, blah, 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 just I'm kind of singing a melody to it.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets stuck in my head. And then when I have time to kind of reflect and think about it, I'll hash out the lyrics as we get going. And then a lot of the times, the final iteration of the lyrics, when we go to lay that down in the studio, is when we're all in the studio together. We're making those fine tweaks, changing a syllable, changing a phrase. One of our songs, for example, Better Off Alive, I remember just kind of going through it, and I think I sang the chorus, You're Better Off Alive, and we stopped the song, and Jim on bass was like, that's the song right there. That's the hook. That's the way it goes. So a lot of times for me, when I get that reinforcement from my bros, saying like, dude, that's where it's at, run with that idea. We hash it out, things like that.
That's awesome. You guys have each other's backs and you guys feed off of each other.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about being in a band for me. I don't want to necessarily be in a situation where it's like, you play this, I wrote like, you go play what I tell you to.
Yeah, absolutely
You
not.
know what I mean? It's fun. And to be honest, Die Tired wouldn't be Die Tired if like maybe I have an idea on a guitar, but that idea from the first time we play it till the 50th time when we finally have it ready, these guys here have changed that and put their own emotions into it and there's all ideas. It's become a whole new animal. So it's almost just like the seed, and we're all kind of watering it, for like kind of a
Yeah.
corny term, but we're all feeding into that as it goes through. They've sent lyric suggestions. They've had ideas for licks. But at that end, I kind of feel like we jam, we jam, we jam, and then we go to lay it down in the studio. That's kind of like, all right, now we're putting this in print. This is going to be a record now. Everybody's going to hear it this way. And we really just put the final touches on it, you know what I mean? The final polish, if you will, and get everything just the way we think it needs to be, and we kind of send it. There's a lot of times in the studio we're playing a song one way and it just changes because when we're recording it, it's like, oh, now we found something. Now we found it.
A song, at least in Die Tired, is like almost never really done. Like if you see us live on Friday night and then
I
see us
can't
live on
wait.
Saturday night, we will play the song potentially slightly different, you know, like a different fill or a lick or whatever. Like it's not going to be, we're not one of those bands, and I appreciate these bands for what they do, especially metal bands. They have got a click. They've got set, you know, the song has to be this length because the computer's changing you into the next song. We don't have any of that. We're like, you guys know as musicians, you're communicating without speaking. So we look at each other and we're like, all right, this song could go on a little bit longer. You know, Matt take a solo, you know, Brandon F around on the drums a little bit. Like you've got these moments where like you're feeding off of not only are you communicating as a band on stage, you're communicating with your people in the crowd. And if they're
Yeah.
really digging something and you can see that their foots are tapping and they're nodding their heads and they're into it, we're gonna ride it out. We're gonna have some
Yeah.
fun with it, and we're gonna improv like crazy. And you know, we can't replicate it. It's
Brandon's
energy that
gonna
we're-
throw drumsticks.
Exactly.
yeah.
We had to stop him from throwing the drums off stage. Like, dude, you're borrowing those drums. Don't throw them off the stage in Herostock. He was close.
Live in the moment for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really pleasant surprises when the crowd is like, more.
Yeah.
You know what they're saying. And it's an opportunity for sure that doesn't happen that often. Do you guys have a favorite song that you guys enjoy playing? And Matt,
Great
I know that
question.
you're new.
Yeah, let's kick it to the new guy.
Yeah, new guy.
Let's Matt,
Yeah.
maybe tell us a little bit about, you know, for the length of time that you've been with the band, do you have a favorite song? And then maybe you can suggest, but I'd like to learn, i.e., some other song. Put the idea in their head now. Now's your chance.
Yeah. No, I think I learned most of them already.
Yeah, he got on quick.
Yeah, I think I mean, so
Yeah, in 4 weeks. That's real quick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been playing with Matt since we were kids in various bands and that sort of thing. So I kind of know the style and kind of like going back to what you guys were talking about. I mean, just like Matt was not a singer in any of the bands that we've been in growing up. So like to see Die Tired, I've been a fan of Die Tired, so I just kind of like jumped in and started riding some coattails. You know, kind of seeing the growth of the band and how like every time, I mean, he probably remembers like every year I text him like, yo, that is so much stronger. Like, oh my God, you guys are like building and building and building. But to answer your question, I think my favorite to play on guitar is like Reel Me In. Super clever, like chord structures and that sort of thing. And the song just rips. I just love that song. So that's kind of that's my jam. And then Fall Forever. You know, I was just talking about this. Like that song, I learned that one in like 2 seconds because I thought it was such strong songwriting. Like some of the other ones are like a little more like quirky or something like that. But Fall Forever, like I know what's going to come next in the song because it just makes sense. It's just really strong songwriting. So that's a really fun one to play too.
God, I love these stories of musicianship. It makes me want to be a musician.
Everyone.
Everybody is.
Everyone is.
Everybody is.
I love the fact that you said that, you know, what the way the music kind of, you know, comes together. Usually it's an acoustic guitar, but then you kind of start, you know, humming along with the groove. I've done that from time to time, and it's not a word, you know, like I don't have words for it, but you kind of hum along and then you get it,
Yeah,
the beat
I think
going, and then
that's
you're like, okay, now I can plug some music in here, some
that's
lyrics.
great. I think that's a great suggestion. You mentioned like some people that are just maybe starting to get into it or want to be a songwriter. It was like we played some songs. Sometimes it takes seven. The next single we're putting out, we've kicked that one around for like 10 years now. When
Yeah.
Jim and I first started playing, it just finally came out to what it is, and we're like, all right, it's ready. But even if you're just sitting there, my favorite pastime, I'll put, from Philly, I'll put a Phillies game on or something like that. You know what I mean? I sit on the couch with the acoustic and I'm just watching the game and I'm strumming. I've always just kind of done that. Like, why just sit there and watch the game? I could be practicing too, like that's kind of a cool little trick, whatever you like to watch or something. But for me, I was like watching the game. And if you're just kind of humming, then to me, like the melody kind of gets stuck in your mind. That's what you call the earworm. And then I'm like, okay, well, what kind of syllables and words can I match to this melody? And then I find for me, it's a little bit easier to then get into the words that way. I've never really been a true, I'm going to write a poem out type of lyricist, or I have the words first and then I'm going to write a song to that. There are Jim has actually sent some words over, and that's inspired me to write some guitar riffs to it and things like that. But generally, my personal process is if I get the melody and I can hear that in my mind, then I start matching syllables to it. And I'll kind of sit at a computer at a notebook and I'll just start writing words down. And maybe it takes a couple edits till we finally get it.
There's for anybody trying to aspire to be musicians, Jeff Tweedy is the singer Wilco. He wrote a book called How to Write One Song. It's that thick. You can read it in a day. And there's all kinds of like word tricks in there, but the first half of the book is just give yourself permission to write a song. Be like, you are a songwriter. So if you like there's like, when you're writing lyrics, like Matt was saying before, like, we have each other backing up saying like, that's the hook right there. But if you're by yourself, you don't really have that. So just give yourself permission to say like, this is the song. This is my song. I mean, you can listen to the radio for 5 hours every day and I can pick out 4 songs that suck worse than what you just created. You know what I mean? So like, it's, you just gotta like, just go for it,
Man, I mean, there's a whole lot of good information there for our aspiring songwriters and guitar players, and we cross paths with them all the time.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tips.
Yeah. My favorite thing with that to kind of cap off maybe this section of the conversation was like that guitar and the music, it's always there for you. It's never going to leave you. You might leave it. Maybe you might abandon guitar for a while, but that guitar and the music, that being your outlet to make you whatever your goal is with that, it's always there. And to me, it's to be honest, it's part of my therapy in a way. It's part of who I am. If I don't play long enough, if we're not jamming or if I'm not playing, I'm not quite myself. Over time, it's like that guitar, I could always just pick it up, no matter how I'm feeling, and it makes me feel better. Whether it's not even a good practice. Maybe I'm like maybe I don't even write anything. I'm just fumbling, but just that little bit of time that I'm giving to the music, and it provides back to you. And that's one thing I think no matter what, like it's always there. That's why I love music. I love especially the guitar and singing. Like it's your best friend, man. It'll always be there for you if you need it. You can pick that guitar up and strum outside in the basement by a fire, whatever it is. And it's hard pressed to find that you don't come out feeling better after that experience.
Oh yeah, I agree.
By the way, not sure if you knew about this, but we've got the acoustic jam that's on Saturday. I know you guys are playing Friday. Are you any chance you're going to be sticking around Saturday?
We're going to try to
We
make
were
it.
just talking about that.
We're
That
gonna try to
hey,
make it.
hopefully we can come to the acoustic jam and kind of. I think it was that Saturday in the afternoon, right?
Saturday 1:30. It'll
Yeah.
be a couple hours in advance of the country night.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so there's we've had some pretty good response from the other guests that we've interviewed. We'd love to have you bring your acoustic guitars. If I don't know, I mean, just bring yourselves and have a great time with us. Matt and I will be there. We're going to be leading the jam itself, and who knows where it's going to go, but
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be great fun.
That's great because we were literally just talking about that before we hopped on. It's like, we might have some time on Saturday if we get head back. We should definitely try to do that because last year's schedule is a little bit tighter with kind of travel and everything, but we have a little bit more flexibility this time around. Be like, hey, that might be worth going and checking out. That might, we're really
Awesome.
going to try to do that.
Matt, put another one
Oh
on.
yeah. I'm nervous.
Yeah, we're
I
like,
was like, oh man, I just told these guys I was a
here.
musician and now I gotta
Oh.
lead a jam session.
Well,
You
at
guys
least
hear that? There's an alarm. I gotta go.
we won't.
I'll do you a favor and I'll sing a song as terribly as I sing, and it'll boost your confidence like no other.
Oh, bless your heart, brother.
My goodness.
Got your back.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending a little time with us for our folks over at the Herostock Nation who are eager to be showing up to Ashland to watch you and these 7 other bands that are scheduled to appear. Any closing thoughts that you want to pass on to Herostock Nation?
Going off of you have to be there to see it. This is going to be my first show with Die Tired, and I've never seen more. I have no idea what I'm walking into, so I'm very excited.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah. And just from our end as the band, for 3/4 of the band that are coming back, we've just been working and grinding, and we just want to go out and put on the best show that we possibly can for everybody out there. We are so excited. We just got done practicing before the interview tonight. We went through our set list. We practiced it over and over again. We're fine-tuning everything, and we can't wait to just go out there and share it again. Share the music, share the good vibe, meet up with our friends again, and just I can't wait. Those days are going to feel like forever. I've been watching the clock and the calendar every day. Like, man, I just can't wait to get out there again.
We're going to leave that stage covered in sweat, and we're going to put all of our heart and soul into that set, and then we're going to have a great time partying with everybody afterwards. Can't wait to see everybody there.
Front row seats, I'm telling you, that's where you need to be, folks. Hey, we've been talking to Jim, Brandon, Matt, and Matt of the band Die Tired. They'll be at Herostock Ashland Rock Night on Friday, August 22nd with some of their originals and favorites with the other rockers that are scheduled for that evening. When we come back, Matthew Jones and I will have some more updates about Ashland, along with some closing remarks. You're watching and listening to the Herostock Nation podcast on Reads Across America Radio Network and at herostock.org.
What's up, Herostock Nation? August 23rd, Country Drive Golf Course. We have 4 amazing bands coming in. We have Kimberly Meyer, we have South of Center, we have the Trainer Band, and headlining that night, we have LV Shane. It's going to be an amazing night. Gates open at 4. We run till 11 o'clock. Grab your tickets, head on out to Country Drive, and come hang with us. Let's go.
Well, you know what? I'm feeling really good about these entertainers that
Yeah.
all of them have just been top notch, and they are ready to rock, and they are ready to, just deliver the goods for Hero Stock. So it's nice to talk to a band where the collaboration really takes the forefront.
Yeah.
Really, they've discovered how essential it is to go beyond themselves and to work with others to make a really good song.
Yeah.
And
It looks like they all click really well, I mean, and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear them play. Like I've heard their music on YouTube and I love it, but I haven't seen them yet. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
all right. Well, next week we'll be talking to 2 more performers of the 8 bands that'll be taking part in Herostock 25. First, it's Gallivant, a 3-piece riff-based groove rock band that sets the bar for new age rock, playing high-energy shows in arenas and stages all across the country. Then it's longtime friend to Herostock U.S. Navy corpsman and rocker Shannon Book, with his band Deliberately Broken, playing tunes that'll get the house moving. Get ready to rock, as both bands will be performing on the Ashland stage for Rock Night on Friday, August 22nd. We're at the end of the episode here. Matt, any closing thoughts?
Well, I want to key in on something that Matt had said that, just the experience that they had at Herostock was almost overwhelming, and the camaraderie. I don't want anyone to think that there's not a place for you at Herostock. There is a place for you at Herostock. All right. And these bands, they support you, they encourage you. Come out, be a part of the family, be a part of the group, and just have a great time.
And sign up for our mailing list as well too. www.herostock.org. Scroll down to the bottom of the first page and put in your email address so we can keep you up to date on what's happening at Ashland. So until next week, for Matthew Jones, I'm Tom Lamog. We'll see you next time.